The Lanier Lap was by far one of the hardest things I've ever done. For me, it was a deep dive into kayaking in terms of just the scale of it that I'd never attempted before. It was pretty epic in terms of the ambition behind it and the goals that I was trying to set early on. And, I fulfilled them. I got it done. So that was a huge success for me. I don't know if I would have been able to do it without all the people that helped me out along the way. Pretty special moment during the Lanier Lap was when my sister brought my daughters and her daughters out there to cheer me on. And my brother came out. It was the final day, and so it was the hardest day. And there was basically no support crews on the South Lake because it's the dam down there and then nobody lives down there. So they came out and they kept appearing at various parks along the way. And that energized me for the first half of that day. I kept seeing my girls and got to talk with them and stop and say hello and take some breaks during that very hard day, as well as my brother. And so the progress was good despite the conditions that kind of slowed everything down. I was able to maintain some good momentum. I definitely had a lot of different food out there and nutrition to help my body have the right energy that it needed. People would probably laugh at a lot of the things I was eating or drinking.
Sometimes it's not about the experiences, it's about the food we get to eat along the way. That's right, calorie loading. Does the body good.
But really the goal was just to be happy and to get as much calories as I could inside my body. When you're paddling 18 to 19 hours every day and you're not getting that much sleep, one of the bigger things that's more important than like the quality of the food and the healthiness of the food that you're getting is just how it makes you feel. I'd say the hardest thing about the Lanier Lap was actually maybe day 3, I think it was, where I woke up and started paddling, and for the beginning of that day my shoulders were just screaming on fire. The muscles were really inflamed and I didn't really know what to do about it except keep paddling, of course. And I was really concerned that it was going to be that painful for the rest of the time on the lake. And for me, that was really, really demoralizing. Certainly the best day on the lake was the day that the sun came out. Finally got to experience the lake without the rain and the thunderstorms and the lightning, and while all of that was exciting, it kind of took away from the scenery. It was a unique way to experience the lake, but it took away from the scenery for sure. The day that the sun came out, it was a gorgeous day. The lake was perfect. Everybody was out on the water. There were people on the beaches grilling out and everything, and that was really special. I think one of the best moments, and there were many moments, but one of the best moments was absolutely the finish of the Lanier Lap. When I came in, it was really incredible to see a lot of the familiar faces, people that had supported me on the lake, and all of them welcoming me on the shore to the finish line that they had created. That was one of the most motivating factors was how many people got interested in it and joined as a community to support it. And that's something I'll never forget. It took me a few months to get back in the boat again and to paddle again after the Lanier Lap. It wasn't necessarily that I was burnt out on paddling. I actually missed it quite a bit during those 2 months, but it takes time to recover. Even after 2 months, my shoulders were still feeling pretty weak. I think the general rule of thumb is for each day you're doing some kind of exercise, all day long like that, then you need about a week to fully recover. This time around, when I was practicing, I went out into the middle of the lake, so that was something I didn't get to enjoy during the Lanier Lap, was actually being in the open water out there. So that was fun, and it was a little bit of a catharsis being on the lake again.